You're watching Take Two.
We are now a year and a half into this pandemic, and many of us are feeling COVID fatigue. But there's one communication tool that could help all of us get through these tough times. And joining us now with that is pediatrician Dr. Teresa Wee. Good morning, Dr. Wee. Thanks for joining us again.
Good morning, Kristen.
Now, a lot of us have been dealing with COVID fatigue in our own way, and you believe listening can really help. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, when I see my families in the office, you know, everyone is expressing the fear and anxiety and the fatigue from all of these COVID restrictions. So sometimes I feel that we really need to just everyone pause and start to listen to one another and really feel how we're each feeling about what's going on around us. Believe it or not, our children are constantly looking at us and trying to get interpretations of their own. And I see so many keikis feeling that, you know, they're going to die. And that's what I wanted to really have parents and grandparents do, is really understand. Don't just listen. I mean, don't just hear their voices, but really connect with them.
Let's talk about that, about just hearing their voices, because you often hear people say it. I'll say it sometimes. Are you listening to me? You know, so what's the difference between listening and hearing? Because sometimes, even if I'm talking to my son, he's distracted with something, or even if I'm talking to an adult and they're looking at me straight in my eyes, you can see that they're not really listening.
Yes, I think that's so important to really understand the conversation and interpret. So active listening is getting the message in, but interpreting it correctly. And this is where misunderstandings begin. If we're constantly thinking about what we're going to say next, we're not listening to that person. And so as a result, everyone gets more frustrated. Hearing is an automatic response. You know, it's a physical response. But active listening involves using all of our senses, our eyes to look at visual cues, and our, you know, ears, and just really showing that focused attention.
I like what you said right there about listening, and sometimes we don't really listen. We're already thinking of what we're going to say, how we're going to respond. We get defensive. I'm guilty of that. We just gotta kind of stop and really listen to the person who's talking to us. Stop and pause, take your time, and then respond. And because you can really lose a lot of information on what they're talking about when you're just thinking about what you're going to say. So what are some ways to improve our listening skills? Can you tell us what our keiki as well as adults can do?
I think, especially for us as adults, you know, we need to be the role model, and we need to put away all the distractions. If we had a bad day at work, what we need to do is just sit down, take a deep breath, and really look in their eyes, speak very slowly, and be patient. Don't rush them along. And when you respond kindly. You know, I think especially with our loved ones, you know, we shouldn't just brush them off. We have to be respectful. And I think all of this, you know, if we can be open-minded, and if we disagree with them, you know, just really listen to their viewpoint. I think this will go a long way in making everyone feel happier. And especially with our loved ones, we want them to know that we care about them. You know, studies show that it will actually, when you listen well, you can actually decrease your blood pressure. Academic skills go up. You have less tension. You just feel more cohesive and together. And it just makes the whole atmosphere so much better at home. And really, family is our home. It's where we come to relax and enjoy our loved ones.
A lot of benefits to listening. So before I let you go, though, Dr. Wee, can I ask you about Walk with a Dog? Because it usually happens every Saturday, but I hear it's been placed on hold.
Yeah, so our Walk with a Dog, we were getting 30 to 35 people, and because of the current COVID restrictions, we decided to put it on hold for now. But we will be back Central Oahu Regional Park from 8 to 9. And hopefully next month I'll have a happy announcement that
Okay.
it's restarted.
And we'll keep everyone posted on that restart date. Thank you so much, Doctor Wee. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.